your own BI tool. My quick sites. So I just want to confirm, is it about the technical know-how, or you've not heard about it, or the costs? Because when it comes to cost, I know this is very competitive. There are no licensing costs associated with this. So if you're a new organization and you have just 2 users, you're just going to pay per user to create a dashboard. I know there are other business intelligence tools outside where you need to pay licensing costs. So we have over 100,000 customers using Amazon Quick Sites. Maybe at the end of this presentation, you might see some takeaway or see the competitive advantage of Amazon Quick Sites. Next slide. So when it comes to business benefits, based on the feedback we've gotten from those 100,000 users across board, being enterprise users, startup users, public sector when it comes to, government people, they are saying that they've seen 75% reduction in cost over the period of 3 years. That's why I'm saying it's pay per usage. For others, you might be paying for licensing costs, where if you have, let's say, 1,000 users, like a particular customer during the pandemic, they needed to scale up, to be creating like COVID dashboard for the organization in New York. And, they scaled to thousands of users to create dashboard. And we all know what happened after the pandemic went away. So the demand to create that dashboard reduced, and maybe they just needed like 100. So they didn't, commit to a licensing cost that will be there permanently. Either they have 100 users or 10,000 users. But what they did with Amazon Quick Sites was to reduce the cost per user. So this is cost per user instead of paying just a flat fee when it comes to costs. Next up there. So this is like a console or the interface for people that are going through the particular lab, and when you get home, you can continue your own lab, of what Amazon QuickSight console is. It has these different features of interactivity. You can modify the reader. We call them reader. So these are consumers of the dashboard. They can perform interactivity and modify, click to check different functionality of the dashboard. Also, you can access on any device, either your mobile phone, your tabs. Yeah, go on. What do you mean your own chart? Yeah, you can do that. You can do that. In what language? So, Amazon QuickSight is augmented with machine learning, which our machine learning service is Amazon SageMaker, right? So if you want to do that, you have to build your own model through Amazon SageMaker, then you augment it with Amazon QuickSight. Any other question? Okay. So this is also a preview of the dashboard. I think when you go through the lab, this will make more sense. I know we all know what dashboard is. So one thing, okay, please go back. One thing we've announced again is the pixel perfect reporting, for Amazon QuickSights, where it can send, reporting results to your stakeholders. Let's say you can schedule a report that once we refresh the dashboard every close of business or in the morning, send these reports properly formatted to X number of users. You put their email there every 7 a.m. and it sends that. In some BI tool, this is a different service or different solution. So with Amazon QuickSight, all these are integrated and they are unified, just from a single interface. Next, let's just go to, okay. So this is what this particular session is all about. And the whole point of Amazon Q in QuickSight is to accelerate your insights, so that you can make decisions faster. You don't want to spend weeks, creating dashboard, when you can just spend hours doing it. So what Q in QuickSight is doing for you is for you to be able to use natural language to draw me, a line chart, based on some of sales over the past few weeks. Even the CEO of your organization can do that. You don't need to depend on your data analyst to start doing this. So, and you can embed this on your portal. Does that make sense? Your alternative PI to have something like that too, right? Like, yeah. Next, please. Okay. So these are the main functions of the, generative AI capability in Amazon QuickSight. The first one is the dashboard, which is what I've been talking about, using natural language to build, your dashboard by authoring. The second part is the data storytelling. At the end of the day, when you build a dashboard, you want to communicate to maybe the decision makers, right? To tell you, like, this is what this dashboard means. And I can tell you that a lot of data analysts, do you have data analysts in the room? How long does it take you to do that when you need to, create this report, maybe let's say quarter report for a financial services, firm? In seconds. Please, I think we need to rush and wrap up now. Anyways, this is going to leverage, many of the large language models we have through Amazon Bedrock for you to create that data storytelling. And you're going to see that from the lab, we've given you access to. And also you have on-demand AI answers and questions. So you can just click on your dashboard and you see these questions like suggestions on the kind of questions you can ask your data. And you can start making decisions from there. Yes. Within seconds. But it will depend on the speed of your network. What do you say? So it's augmented with it has the data preparation session, like when you connect to the data source. So before you start using it, you have that data preparation session. So if you need to do some cleaning or transformation, you can do it there. And also that's as natural language, embedded into it. So, yeah. 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 So this part, you don't need to provision server. It's managed. Yes, it's a managed service. Yes. We have over 40 plus connectors, when it comes to data sources like, Databricks, Snowflakes, Microsoft Share, any data source, you can connect to it and, either direct query, if you want to connect directly to the source. I know that will impact your performance if you also need to connect to the source and also your costs. The lag. We have what we call Spice, right? Spice allows you to ingest, that your data from your source into what we call the in-memory cache in QuickSight. And that is where the speed comes. So you don't have that latency issue. So at the end of the day, there's no way you want to, visualize your data without trying to structure it. So if you have a central repository, let's say a data lake where you have structured and unstructured data, it can connect to it, but at the end of the day, you need to put it in, like, query it and put it in the formats that you can use. Yeah. Yes, please. Yeah, I'm with you, please. Yeah, so for the machine learning part, right, We have what we call the AWS Glue, right, which is tightly integrated with Amazon QuickSight. It's our data integration tool. So for Data Glue, it has what we call Data Brew. And we have over 250 plus transformations that you can select from. You know, you don't need to do anything. You just select based on those transformations available. Then you connect to QuickSight. Okay, so we can move on. I think this is not, that's all. Okay. So let me just round up, then you ask questions so that we can, meet up with time, if that's fine. Okay. Let's go. Yeah, so this is basically just like an overview of everything I've discussed, using the natural language to ask questions for them. And when it comes to security, data is a top priority for us at AWS. We don't take your data, right, to the model to train. We bring the model, down to you, then you use your data, you augment your data with the machine learning model, with the large language model, which allows you to ask questions better and do a lot of other things. So these are just some testimonies from some of our customers, large, big brand names. So we are still thinking, I'm not going to mention this particular customer, but one of the largest rental bank in the world is currently using Amazon QuickSight, and I actually worked on that project. So maybe you can figure that out, but not in Nigeria, obviously. So that'll be all from me. So do we still have more questions, or is that fine? Okay, go on. Okay, we can sync on that since that's like the lab session, right? Yeah, we can sync on that. Okay, go on. Yeah, go on. What do you say? How's it like with the pricing with this small team?
Good afternoon, everyone. So how is it like with the pricing for a small team? Let's say 100 to 50 people.
So it's costs or pricing per user, right? Yes. So we have what we call the author. Authors are people that create a dashboard. And we have the readers. Readers are consumers of the dashboard. So what you need to do, right, you decide which role your user fits in. And you can go to, just do, okay, this is it here. So this is it. So reader, they just consume the dashboard, right? The Reader Pro, they have the natural language capability, like ask questions with the dashboard, and that's the price for the Reader Pro. The author just creates the dashboard by default in the conventional or traditional manner, while the Author Pro will use the generative AI capabilities to, create the dashboard within minutes. And if you subscribe to the Author Pro, you also have access to our Amazon Q. I told you Amazon Q allows you to connect to your data sources or your internal repository and start asking questions. I know you have some you're using. You can also embed this. Give it a try and check it out. So
Thank you.
That's all on this presentation. Yeah, last question. Okay. Okay.
So we can use your platform. I know it's not your fault, kind of, but if
yeah, so when it comes to that, like there are things being done, and I can tell you that Naira billing is even coming, right? So it's going to be seamless for
how
you.
soon?
As soon as in about 2 months, yeah. So yeah, thank you everyone, and if you have questions, we'll just be outside, waiting for you. 1 minute. Let me quickly pack my laptop.